Into the playoffs, second legs we go now in the Champions League, with some clubs on the brink of qualification and some on the brink of elimination. Who's going to go home? Who's going to go through? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today it's the Champions League, it's the second legs. Of course, who's going to go through to the official last round of 16, or who will go home at this stage of the competition. We'll take a look at it, all of it in a second. Big shout out to the members, big shout out to the patrons. You know who you are. Your one-stop shop for Blackburn Rovers Champions League World Football. It is right here, guys and girls. That's right. So, some clubs going to go home. Who are they? Of course, in a good position right here, right now, you would say Dortmund, you would say PSG, but there is two legs to this game and it all could change in those second legs. So sit tight, hold on, let's have a recap of what went on in the first legs. Alrighty folks, here are my predictions for the first legs and the actual results. The results are in the black font, my predictions in the white. PSG comfortably through 3-0, or comfortably won 3-0 on the first leg. I went with a 3-1 win. Club Brugge made it interesting with a 2-1 win in Belgium. I went with a 1-1 scoreline. Meanwhile, Man City did lose to Real Madrid 3-2 in the end. We went the other way. Of course, predicted the right amount of goals throughout the scoreline, just the wrong way. Meanwhile, Juventus with a, that looks a little bit suspect. It was a 2-1 win. It was a 2-1 win of a PSV. I went with a 2-0 win. Feyenoord did beat AC Milan 1-0, got them bang on point. Bayern with a 2-1 win. Bayern with a 2-1 win over Celtic. I went with a 3-1 win. Dortmund did beat Sporting 3-0. I went with a 2-1 win. And then Monaco with a 1-0 win over Benfica. So those were my predictions, and the scores are pretty good in my eyes. What does that do to the Super Brew? Well, take a bloody bow, me and Macca. Look at that, 8.5 predictions, points on the board there. One better off than Gillespie Ghost and then the Chasing Pack. If you see your name in there, please smash the like, smash the old subscribe. But what does that do to the overall table? That moves me up to top 6, guys. I'm going for a medal at least, if not more than that. Pin Predict, what did he get? What did Pin Predict get? He got 4 points, so a big gain on Pin Predict. I need more of that this time around. So those are the situations in the prediction league. All right, folks, let's take a look at the second legs then, shall we? Of course, split into 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to start with PSG against Brestois. That's, of course, going to be taking place on Wednesday, the 19th of Feb. Of course, let's get into the deep end on this. Of course, PSG under Luis Enrique taking on Stade Brest under Eric Roy at the Parc des Princes. 21 times they've played since 2010. 19 wins for PSG, nothing for Brest. There's been 2 draws between the two sides. Last time around at this very venue was a 3-1 win for PSG. That was this season in September. Over in League. Oh, that's right. They've actually played. This will be the 4th time they have played, and in the previous 3 this season, they've scored 11 goals. Have PSG, but they have conceded 3. Of course, PSG on the back of that win over Brest, 3-0 win as it was. Stade Brest just played Auxerre in their top flight. They picked up a 2-2 draw at home. PSG taking on Toulouse. They've got nothing to lose in that game. But the bookies for this one, they'll go with PSG. Of course, they are massively fancied. Of course, they should be. I'm going with them as well with a 3-0 win once again to put them, it looks like, comfortably through to those last 16s. Meanwhile, Atalanta up against Club Brugge. We're flipping days now over to Tuesday, the 18th of Feb. Atalanta under Gian Piero Gasparini, a 50% form for them right now. They did finish 9th in the table, just 1 win in the last 5. Up against Club Brugge under Nicky Hayden, unbeaten in the last 3 on back-to-back wins, and they finished 24th in the table. And of course, coming into this at Guy Stadium on the back of that 2-1 win in Belgium this past weekend. Both sides are in action this week in the respective leagues. Atalanta taking on Cagliari. They're expected to win that game. Club Brugge going to Saint-Germain. They're also expected to win that game. But what about this game? This is where it's all at. Of course, Club Brugge with the upper hand. A draw or more will do all right for them. Atalanta have to win this game to continue their adventure. It's going to be a tight one, I really do. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Atalanta. They are a good side. They really need to give it one of the performances of the tournament, though, because Club Brugge can be solid. But I think once the first goal goes in, heads might drop and Atalanta will eventually seal the bloody deal. Meanwhile, let's go over to Madrid, of course, the game of the round. Of course, Madrid against Man City. Are Man City out? Can they come out? Can they do a bit of a turnaround? Well, we'll see. It's at the Santiago Bernabeu. Madrid under Carlo Ancelotti. Of course, 75% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. Up against Man City, they've won 3, they've lost 3. They're on 50% form for them right now. 22nd in the table, 11 points for the campaign. They played 15 times since 2012. 6 wins for Madrid, 5 wins Man City, 4 draws, of course. Last time around at this venue, it was a free thriller. Meanwhile, Of course, that 3-2 victory just the other day at the Etihad. Coming into this, Madrid will take on Osasuna this weekend. Man City taking on Newcastle. That's a spicy one. Both of those games are today. A bit of a build-up for this game then. Of course, the bookies for this one, they'll go with Madrid. They are favoured on the victory. Man City, the underdogs. I'm going that way as well. I think it'll be a spicy, another goal fest. 3-1 winners, Madrid. Sealing the deal in my eyes. PSV taking on Juventus also on this same day, which is Wednesday, the 19th of February at the Philips Stadion. PSV under Peter Boas, 14th of the table, 14 points for the campaign, just one defeat in the last 6. Up against Juventus under Thiago Motta, they won 3 on that bounce. They did finish 20th in this league, and they have played Eindhoven twice since 2024. Both of those were in this season's Champions League. One was in match round number 1 in Italy. It was a 3-1 win. Meanwhile, of course, they're coming into this on the back of that 2-1 win from Turin just the other day. PSV are taking on Utrecht this weekend in the Eredivisie. Juventus will take on Inter in a big game at the tip of the top of the table. Bookies for this one, they'll go with PSV. They're fancy, but only just. So PSV are favoured for the victory in this leg. But they've got a 2-1 deficit. I'm going with a 1-1. But this one could be a game to watch because I think an early goal for PSV could make the bankers come off for Juventus and they might fall to pieces. Meanwhile, let's hop over to Milan. That's right, AC Milan taking on Feyenoord on Tuesday, February the 18th. Early kickoff over here. The Giuseppe Meazza, Milan coming into this 13th of the table, 15 points for the campaign. That was where they ended up. 58% form for them right now up against Feyenoord, who finished in 19th, just 2 points adrift of Milan. They're coming into this on back-to-back wins. Now, the reverse fixture was the one they win for Feyenoord in the Dutchlands, with the Dutchies taking on Breda this weekend in the Eredivisie. Milan taking on Verona. Of course, back-to-back home games for them. Of course, they'll follow that up with this return leg in Milan on the 18th of February. Meanwhile, the bookies' odds for this one. Milan are fancy. Feyenoord are the underdogs. I did give it to Feyenoord in the first legs. I don't think I can give it to them in the second leg. I just think Milan got too much to lose here. I think they'll come out on top with a 2-1 win on the night. We'll have to revisit that, I think, at the end of the video. Meanwhile, we're going to go to Bayern. We're going to go to Celtic, of course, at the Allianz Arena. Bayern under Vinny Company, 12th in the table, 15 points for the campaign. They've won 5 on the spin. Against Celtic under Brendan Rodgers, they won 4 of the last 6. They're 21st. They finished a good 3 points adrift of Bayern. They played 5 times in 2003. 4 wins for Bayern, one draw for Celtic. There's been no draws. Last time around, of course, at this venue, was a 3-0 win for Bayern back in October 2017. The reverse fixture, of course, this campaign was a 2-1 win for Bayern at Glasgow. Celtic are taking on Dundee United today. They're expected to win. Bayern taking on Leverkusen. They're expected to win that game, but it is a title decider, or at least could be a title decider if Bayern were victorious. The odds for this one then, Bayern are massively fancy for the victory. They should win this one, and if anyone goes against it, you've only got yourselves to blame. 4-0 win. Bayern will take it comfortably done. Sticking with Germany, we're going to go to Dortmund taking on Sporting on Wednesday, the 15th or the 19th of February. The Signal under the Park. Dortmund under Niko Kovac are 10th in the table. 15 points for the campaign. Sporting Lisbon under Rui Borjas, 23rd in the table. 11 points for the campaign. They're on 50% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. They played 5 times in 2016. 4 wins for Dortmund. 1 win for Sporting Lisbon. There's been no draws thus far. Last time around at the Dortmund venue, it was a 1-0 win for the Yellow and Black back in September 2021. The reverse fixture also 3-0 winners for Dortmund over in Portugal. Sporting will be taking on Arouca in the Portuguese top flight. Dortmund take on Bochum this weekend, and that's both those games today, which is Saturday. Bookies on this one go Dortmund. They're fancied. They should win this one. Going to go with a 2-1 win. Might be a little more spicier than they like. And then finally we go to Portugal as Benfica take on Monaco, coming out of the Estadio de Sport Lisboa. Benfica under Bruno Lage, 16th at the table, 30 points for the campaign. They won 4 on the spin up against Monaco under Adi Hüttler. 3 defeats in the last 4. They finished 17th, both, of course, finishing on 13 points in the league. They played 5 times in 2010, 4 wins for Benfica, nothing for Monaco, 1 draw between the two sides. Last time around at Portugal, it was a 1-0 win for Benfica. The reverse fixture, of course, a 1-0 win for Benfica, who, of course, 3 wins on the bounce against Monaco. Benfica picking up a match against Santa Clara Azores in the Portuguese top flight, expected to run riot there. Monaco taking on Nantes, also expected to run riot on that game. The odds right here, right now, what are we looking at? We are looking at Benfica, massively fancied. Monaco are underdogs. Going to go with the 2-0 win for Benfica in my eyes. Now, if you don't remember the scorelines from the first legs, you don't know who's going through. Well, I'm going to tell you right here and now. Start from top all the way to the bottom. We're going to go PSG coming through, 6-0 winners, comfortably done. Atalanta get themselves back into it, 3-2 winners over Club Brugge. Barcelona are not in this one. They're already there. But they'll be joined by Real Madrid, 6-3 on aggregate. Man City are going out. PSV, though, will tumble 3-2 on aggregate to Juventus. Maybe a surprise over here. Maybe not. AC Milan with a 2-1 win on the night, 2-2 on aggregate. They'll go through on penalties. In my eyes, Bayern comfortably through, 6-1 win on the aggregate. Dortmund joining them with a 5-1 win over Portuguese giants of Sporting, and Benfica will also be there 3-0 in the end. And if you still don't know what I mean, this is what I mean. These are the 8 clubs going through to join the top 8 in the official last 16 of the Champions League. That, my friends, is what I've got for you. Be sure to smash the like, smash your subscribe, drop your predictions down below. I look forward to seeing those. But until then, I'll be back for the next round. Until then, we're done.